Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All, the series where I expose some political adversaries. Yes, they are my adversaries, and that's correct. So here we have the fucker from the Iowa Democratic Party explaining why math is just an opinion.
I understand why maybe raw preference numbers can't be altered, but if there are mathematical rounding errors, why can't those be adjusted?
Because these sheets are signed not only by the precinct chair and the precinct secretary.
I understand why maybe
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, let's watch that
I
again.
understand why maybe raw preference numbers can't be altered, but if there are mathematical rounding errors, why can't those be adjusted?
Because these sheets are signed not only by the precinct chair and the precinct secretary. The precinct chair and the precinct secretary, they're also signed by campaign representatives. And so for us, they are the official record of what took place in the room. And we do not believe that we should be altering what is the official record of what happened in the room. The course for correcting that is what is starting here today, starting with the canvass process, and then if requested a recount after that. And that's when we will, and so that's where we are in the process. The process does exist to correct that, and that's when we are starting.
Notice how he just he pulls the Joe Biden, is in like the middle of something, and then just like completely resets his thoughts and ends it.
After that. And that's when we will, and so that's where.
And that's what we what were you gonna say there, buddy? This is so good. God, that's so funny. I'm gonna let this GIF play through the rest of the video. So okay, there's an ongoing debate in with people about whether or not it is blatant cheating and rigging versus sheer extreme incompetence. And honestly, my opinion is a little bit of both, but I think 80% incompetence and then 20% they all know each other and they're just doing each other personal favors. That would be my guess. Do I think that there's a giant conspiracy with like Tom Perez like phoning in saying like you gotta fudge the total so Mayo Pete wins? Like, I don't think he's doing that. I don't think he needs to do that. I think the chain of command here is so corrupt and rotted to the core that that's one of those things where they just don't need to do that. That's my thoughts here. I don't know anything. I've never heard of this person before this fiasco. But I can assure you that if you look into their past, they are well connected with maybe Clintonites or Obama people, that kind of stuff. It's just one of those things where they've corrupted the chain of command here, the supply chain of how like the votes actually work and who's reporting everything. As we all know, 3.2 does not round to 4. Anyone who's taken a math course knows that. So pretending that modifying so a card that says 3.2 equaling 4, pretending like making that round down to 3 is like changing the sanctity of the voter cards. Oh, they were signed by precinct captains there. No. It's basic fucking math, right? Like, that's the thing. Liz, we know for a fact that Iowa cheated Bernard out of the win. They have now said that Bernard gets like 12 and Bootfuck gets like 14. Clearly cheating. Like, Bernie won the popular vote on round 1, round 2, and then there were these weird SDE mathematical errors that always benefited Bootyfuck. You know, it's one of those things where, again, do I think that it's a grand conspiracy? Probably not. But at the same time, these people are clumsy, they're garbage, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, they didn't expect to have, to do all this national press conferences. There's this thing where, small town governments are oftentimes more corrupt than a lot of more national, bigger cities and stuff, just because less people pay attention. And the less people you have looking at you, the easier it is to be, a fumbling doofus, getting your way through and, calling in favors for your friend, playing telephone, you know what I mean? So again, do I think this is a grand conspiracy? No, but this is This is something, and it's wild to watch this all in real time. Like, this is definitely something else. And do I think that there's going to be a lot more shenanigans? I think there's going to be a ton of shenanigans. Well, I'd like to see how New Hampshire goes. We know Bernie's going to win. So it's just a matter of, like, what can they do? I think there's less potential for fuckery in primaries than in caucuses, just because caucuses have like the kind of hectic, chaotic nature to them, whereas primaries are just you vote and it's kind of hard to tamper with voting. You'd have to like directly fuck around. You know what I mean? It's less. It's less simple than it is to like just not know how to do math on a caucus sheet or to miscount people when you're like doing like 1, 2, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's less difficult. So watch out. Iowa is a clusterfuck. And so we know for the historical record, whatever they end up doing, whatever the allocation ends up being from the official IDP, we do know for a fact that Bernie won. He won the popular vote. First and final alignments, that's even documented by the IDP. And we know he won the state delegate equivalencies if you correct all of the copious amounts of 3.2 equals 4 rounding errors. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous stuff. But goddamn, this video is so funny. One more time.
Raw preference rounding errors, why can't those be adjusted?
Because these sheets are signed not only by the precinct chair and the precinct secretary.
What the fuck? These people are clowns. They're clowns. They're clowns. They're clowns.